boys and girls, ladies and gentlethems, viewers worldwide. Parting is such sweet sorrow, and I couldn't bring myself to say goodbye to our Season 2 queens without giving them one last chance to yell at each other. Tonight, we're going to follow up with the cast, see what they've been doing since the finale, and get their thoughts on some of this season's major events. Are you ready? I know I am. Now, put your hands together for the Queens of Toon World Season 2. We're going to start off the night with someone I think the viewers at home were really hoping to see more of this season. Quasimodo. As Toon World's second ever pork chop queen, what did you think of your time on the show and your elimination?
I was proud of what I showcased during my brief run this season. I placed in the top 2 on the very first episode and had the opportunity to lip sync against the queen who won the entire show. Mind you, I didn't lip sync well, but still. As for my elimination, I was pissed when it happened, and I have a lot to say to the person who caused it, as do a few of my sisters. But we'll get to that a bit later.
Ooh, well, you certainly have me on the edge of my seat. Based on the comment about your sisters, I assume you're still close with the majority of the cast.
Oh, definitely. I talk with most of them at least once every few days, and that's between touring or appointments to get fitted for a new garment. I'm grateful for the connections I've made, especially since my time on the show was so brief. The only queens I haven't kept in touch with are the beautiful people in Rogue, and Rogue was the one who blocked me.
She blocked all of us, girl. You know that.
Ooh, I love some well-timed foreshadowing. It's my favorite plot device. Anyway, since your early elimination, what have you been working on, and what's next for your drag?
After watching my lip syncs on the show, Esmeralda's had my nose to the grindstone for weeks. So, I've been spending a lot of time in dance classes to really refine the performance side of my drag. I'm actually pretty eager to show off my new skills, and you'll get the chance to see exactly how much I've improved when Eva and I go on tour in a few months. Outside of performing, I've also been collaborating with a certain alien superstar on an online sewing class to teach new designers a few tips and tricks. But I think I'll let him talk about that.
I appreciate that, Quasi.
So yeah, I've been investing a lot of time into improving my drag. Trust me, the next time you all see me, you'll be truly gagged by my transformation.
Thank you, Quasimodo. All right, next up is the queen whose elimination sent Twitter into a tailspin. She's Toon World's debut Marvel diva. It's Rogue. Rogue, what are your thoughts on the season and your elimination?
Sugar, watching the show back had me madder than a wet hen. In some ways, I agree that I could have shown more, but I also think y'all could have done a better job of showcasing what I brought to the competition. I served top-tier looks while other bitches wore baggy shit that barely fit them, and then they got wins over me. I just know I brought more to the table than my track record indicates.
Say their names, diva. Who got wins over you? Or were you being purposefully vague for the attention?
If you're taking offense, then you already know my comment applies to you, especially considering that your top 2 with Deoxys was absolute garbage.
Girl, you dropped so much choreo during that first challenge. What are you Marvel bitches smoking?
You both looked fucking terrible on stage while I served the look of the night. I should have been in the top. I would have annihilated that lip sync and won the whole damn thing.
Are we going to return to reality at any point during this rant?
Listen, y'all can paint whatever picture you want, but I stand by my opinion.
So, given that little exchange, I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that you don't keep in touch with many of your Season 2 sisters.
First of all, none of these queens are my sisters. My sisterhood needs to be earned. And no, I haven't kept in touch with anyone from the cast. They tried to drag me into a god-awful group chat after the finale, but I left that trash and blocked all of their numbers. I didn't know any of you before the show, and I didn't enjoy the time I spent with y'all. Sorry, not sorry.
The feeling is entirely mutual. After working with you,
I'm excited to say that I'll never have to see your face again after this reunion ends.
Although you didn't enjoy your time on the show, can you give us all some insight into what's next for Rogue?
There are several wonderful things on the horizon for me. Emma Frost and I have plans to tour together with my other X-Men sisters, and I've been discussing a new project with Mystique and some other members of the Brotherhood of Mutants. But that's top secret. I won't be forgotten just because I was a second out, and I intend to show the whole world that they missed out on seeing some truly exceptional drag.
I can certainly say that I've never been this excited to see someone try to prove me wrong. I'll be watching, Rogue. Before we move on to our first award of the night, I would like to turn our attention to one more queen. Specifically, the woman who shattered the glass ceiling for Total Drama Queens on Toon World. Eva, my dear, it's wonderful to see you again. I gather your time on the season did not play out quite as you expected. What are your thoughts on your run and eventual elimination?
My time on the show was humbling in a lot of ways. I walked onto set thinking that I was going to dominate the season, but instead, I got the reality check of a lifetime. My runways were half-baked, and I wasn't really bringing it in the challenges. Honestly, I think it was good that I got eliminated when I did.
Eva, I have to ask. When you first entered the workroom, you kept name-dropping Heather and saying that she helped you prepare for the season. However, that suddenly went away when you started stinking up the competition. So, did Heather really help you at all? Was that a lie, or did she set you up to fail?
Yes, Heather helped me prepare a few of my runways, and she also gave me a few tips on how to stand out in certain challenges. But I might have exaggerated how involved she was in helping me. When I realized that I was not going to do well this season, I decided to keep her name out of my mouth because I didn't want to piss her off by tarnishing her name.
To be fair, you did that the minute you stepped on stage and presented your god-awful drag.
Being a petty bitch still won't get you into the finale, Rita, no matter how hard you try.
It's a little too early for things to get this spicy, so I'm going to interject. Eva, I want to ask about your relationship with your season sisters. You and Quasimodo bonded during his time on the show, but what about the other queens, specifically those who you didn't vibe with initially?
If you mean most of the cast, then sure. When the season ended and I reached out to the others, I was genuinely surprised by their warm reception. Quasimodo and I talk almost every day, and I've even met his drag family. On top of that, I'm pretty close with Aku, Kari, 3, and Toph. I really appreciate these friendships, and having a sisterhood outside of my drag family has given me a new perspective on my drag.
Given this new perspective, what's next for you and your career?
My touring schedule is going to be a lot less exciting than some of my sisters. I really want to spend time honing my craft and fixing the weaknesses I clock when I watch the season back. So, I might not be super active. I intend to up my sewing game with Quasimodo and put in the work to become a stronger performer. I know my fans will stand behind me, and trust that when I return, I am going to put on an unforgettable show that leaves everyone wanting more.
Well, Eva, I look forward to seeing what your future holds. And with that in mind, I think it's high time we move on to some awards. This season really set the bar in terms of iconic runway looks, so naturally, our first award will celebrate exactly none of them. That's right, the Golden Boot is back to highlight the most runway-challenged queen of the season. Without further ado, the winner of Toon World Season 2's Golden Boot is Eva. Congratulations. Is there anything you'd like to say?
I deserve this, but at least my lips and cheeks are still real, which is more than I can say for some people on stage tonight.
Beautifully said. All right, I think it's time we get back to our queens and hear more of their thoughts on the season. Next up, let's chat with Toon World's very own digital doll, Kari Kamea. Kari dear, it was a delight having you on the season, but it seemed like you really struggled to focus on yourself during the competition. What are your thoughts about your performance?
Coming from a family that has consistently done well across several cartoon drag race franchises, I took my elimination quite hard. I was prepared to slay and also be a good sister to my castmates, but no matter what I did, I just couldn't seem to grab the judges' attention. Looking back, I'm very proud of how I conducted myself this season, although I do think my elimination was correct. My only regret is that I didn't take bigger risks and show how extroverted I really am.
As we all saw, you were an incredible support to your seasoned sisters in the workroom. Based on what you just said, is it correct to assume that this was intentional on your part?
Absolutely. Cutting corners and sabotaging others isn't how you get ahead in a competition like this. And I can't stand to watch someone else struggle knowing that I could do something to help. This season definitely taught me that there are times when I need to put myself first, but I knew walking in that I wouldn't kick another queen to the curb if they really needed me.
And that mindset is why you didn't even crack the top 8.
Coming from you, the mindless drone of the season, that comment is absolutely insane.
I furthered the goals of my alliance while also keeping myself in the competition. You helped these bitches without any ulterior motive, and it cost you your spot. You can come at me all you want, but you have to admit that my strategy was more successful than yours.
Yet, you got your only win before you formed that alliance and became Maximus and Rita's little minion. Was that just a coincidence? I don't think.
Motives aside, considering how sisterly you were on this season, Kari, what is your relationship like with your fellow castmates now?
Fantastic for the most part. I've kept in contact with almost everyone, except for the obvious few who I won't bother naming because you can easily guess. I made a lot of friends on this show, and I'm grateful for the connections we've shared. Regardless of how I performed, I still speak with some of my new sisters on a daily basis and have plans to continue working with most of them. I consider that a big win.
Could you share a little more information about that? Perhaps a few insights into your upcoming projects and what's next for your drag?
I'd be happy to share more, Pegasus. 3 and I have actually discussed touring together once her project runway bookings for Leavanny are finished. Otherwise, Anjuamon, Mimi, and I have talked about doing a revival tour for the Digimon Queens to really remind them that there's a place for them on Cartoon Drag Race. We have such a talented drag scene, and I hope that more of us get the chance to showcase what we can do.
Thank you, Kari. And please tell them to send in their audition tapes. Mai and I watch every single one that we receive. Let's turn our attention to another queen who really carved out a place for his drag scene on Cartoon Drag Race. He's one of the kings of Neon City's ballroom circuit. It's Aku. Aku, you had a strong presence during the early half of the season, but as some of your sisters started to rise up in the rankings, you seemed to fall behind. Watching the season back, what are your thoughts on your run and elimination?
I think I started to fall behind the moment I began relying on tricks that I'd already shown the judges. I wasn't very comfortable going outside of my comfort zone, or taking new risks in the challenges that could have grabbed the judges' attention in a positive way. I was really proud of my early performance, but I think I just got a bit too comfortable, and I didn't realize how badly I was holding myself back until it was too late.
To your credit, Aku, that acting challenge win really should have been yours, considering how well you held our entire group together during the performance.
Now wait just a damn minute. You hacks can say whatever you want about me, but I bodied everyone in the acting challenge, and that win rightfully belonged to me.
Ooh, you turned the goddess of love into a goth reject because you lack the versatility to play any other role. Groundbreaking, Ventress. Really.
Also, Aku didn't need to resort to sabotage to get petty revenge on another queen. You had a meltdown the moment your entitled ass didn't get the role you wanted, and you should have been slammed into the bottom.
Well, I wasn't in the bottom, was I? I got exactly what I wanted and deserved.
And proceeded to play second fiddle to 2 marginally more talented queens for the rest of the season. Great job, Ventress. I'm sure your drag family was so proud.
As entertaining as this is, let's get back on track. Aku, you formed a powerful connection with Deoxys this season. According to him, you're the reason he didn't land in the bottom 2 for the advert challenge. What is your relationship like with him and the other queens now?
My relationship with Deoxys is incredible. I have plans to meet his drag family in Hoenn, and I intend to bring him into the Neon City ballroom scene as soon as possible. Honestly, I've remained in touch with most of the cast. Even Maximus and I exchange basic pleasantries, although I doubt he considers us friends. I never fought with anyone on the show, and I'm glad to report that I've stayed on good terms with everyone since the season aired.
He's right, we aren't friends, but Aku is definitely less annoying than most of these other drag gremlins.
Right. Anyway, Aku, what's next for you now that the season is over?
One of my main goals in applying for Toon World was to shine a light on Neon City Drag and help my talented family make an impactful debut. Now that I've done that, I feel like the world is my oyster. I have tours lined up with Deoxys, Eva, and Kari, and honestly, I just want to work. I received great feedback from the fans this season, and I'm excited to embrace it. I want to tour, I want to snatch titles, and I truly feel like I'm on the cusp of reviving my career.
Well, Aku, I'm definitely rooting for you. I can't wait to see what you do next. Our next queen is the geologic goddess who captured viewers' hearts the moment she walked into the workroom. It's Terra Markov. Terra dear, despite coming in 7th, you had a lot of success this season. What are your thoughts on your run and somewhat controversial elimination?
I'm so proud of everything that I accomplished during my time on the show. I walked in knowing that the viewers would likely form strong opinions about me, but I wasn't sure if I'd be liked or received poorly, so I just tried to enjoy myself. I won the first stand-up challenge in Toon World history and really proved my chops as a comedy queen. As for my elimination, I still blame the beautiful people for it, and I don't regret blowing up their game and being one of the reasons that 3 was able to send Ventress's ass home.
You can use us as a smokescreen all you want, Blondie, but we both know that your runway was capital U ugly and was going to land you in the bottom regardless.
Ah, and you still didn't advance to the final lip sync after talking a delusional game all season. At least people actually like me, Maximus. They want to turn you into glue.
Although your issues with the beautiful people are well established, we also watched you form several positive relationships on the show, especially with Toph. Can you give us any updates on where your relationships stand with some of your season sisters?
Like most of my sisters so far, I've kept in touch with everyone except Rogue and the ugly people. I speak with Toph every single day, and the same goes for 3, Kari, and Deoxys. For the first time in my life, I've made a lot of friends and developed a sense of authentic sisterhood, and it's been really awesome. Post-season, I was a little worried that things would change, but if anything, these relationships have only grown stronger.
With that in mind, can you tell us what's next for you in your career? Do you have anything planned with your new sisters that you can share with the viewers at home?
I suppose I can spill some pretty hot tea. Once the Toon World Tour is over, Toph and I will be debuting a brand new girl group with Julie from Cartoon Drag Race, Toon Madness. We're the Subterra Bitches, and we're planning to record music and perform across the entire Cartoon Drag Race circuit. As for other plans, well, you'll just need to stay tuned.
See everyone, this is why you always watch the reunion. I know I'll be downloading the Subterra Bitches' first single as soon as it drops. The Hex Girls better be ready. Now that everyone's in good spirits, we're going to turn our attention to one of the most controversial queens from this season. She's the Dark Lady of Star Wars and one of the co-founders of the Beautiful People. It's Asajj Ventress. Ventress, you left a trail of sabotage and heated arguments in your wake during your time on the show. What are your thoughts on your run and eventual elimination?
Truth be told, I don't regret a damn thing about how I acted, even if it turned the judges and my castmates against me. I performed well and helped my alliance get to the top 6. I played the game, and the only reason I was sent home was because the improv challenge was judged in teams. Otherwise, I would have made the finale, and I think everyone here knows that.
To cut through the bullshit before any of my sisters do. Does any part of you regret carrying out Rita and Maximus's plans like a trained dog while tossing your own game down the garbage disposal?
Or, someone's still bitter that I messed with his script and got him sent home. But sweetie, my game kept me around until the top 6, and you can't take that away from me.
Your game also kept you chronically safe and put you in the same class of queen as Rigby and Camilla Carmine, but uglier. You didn't do anything of note, your run was a joke, most of the fans hate you, and
I don't have to sit here and...
Do not interrupt me. You don't get to speak until I'm finished.
Ooh girl.
Security.
You're the laughing stock of the season. Your game was trash. You wasted a spot that hundreds of other bitches would have killed to have. And the funniest part is that you can't even see it.
You can say whatever the hell you want about me, but I know what kind of drag queen I am, and I will never let someone beneath me, especially you, get under my skin.
Does it get under your skin knowing that the 2 queens you kept together all season, only so they could outperform you, haven't said a single word in your defense?
That's not.
No, three's right on the money with that. You've been getting red for the backroom all night, and neither of your beautiful sisters have stood up for you. You gave up an opportunity that you will never have again, all for two queens who don't give a shit about you. Is that sinking in yet?
Rita, Maximus, are either of you going to say anything?
Yeah, I was using you. I said it all season long, and if you were stupid enough to think that I was kidding or putting on some act, then that's on you. The beautiful people aren't friends, and we never will be. That wasn't the point of any of this, you stupid hag.
We were all using each other to get as far as we could in this competition, and you made a fantastic minion. I'm not going to apologize for doing whatever it took to get ahead. Maximus is right. The Beautiful People Alliance was built on ambition, sabotage, and lies. And the truth is, we found it so appealing because we knew it would cost you before it cost either of us.
I don't need to sit here and listen to this.
Ventress, if you're willing to move on to the next.
I am not. I refuse to sit here and listen to your canned bits about which queens I'm still buddy-buddy with and my future plans. Not a single one of you bitches is worth my goddamn time. I can't stand any of you, and the next thing I intend to do with my career is bring this show crashing down around your fucking heads.
So, does this officially make her the Celia of Toon World?
At least Celia has a man, an ugly one, but still.
And after that bit of fun, let's move on to the second award of the night. Being shady is a requirement to get cast on Toon World. No, really, it's in the contract and everything. So naturally, the Queen of Shade Award is here to celebrate the most vicious and acid-tongued member of the cast. Receiving 80% of the votes, Season 2's Queen of Shade is none other than Rita Repulsa. Congratulations, Rita. Do you have anything you'd like to tell your fans?
To say that I deserve an award after my robbery this season would be an understatement. And to all of my loyal fans who have followed me since the beginning, did you expect me to thank you for having common sense and good taste? Why would I ever praise you for making the correct choice? Oh, give me a break.
2 awards down, and it's time to keep things moving, especially now that we've barred the doors, so the rest of these queens can't leave until filming wraps. So, let's turn our attention to one of this season's breakout stars. From the walls of Toon World to the stage of Project Runway and back again, it's number 3. 3, we saw so much of your unique perspective, sharp comedic chops, and excellent runways this season. What are your thoughts on your time on the show?
I'm very proud of my performance this season. I joined the elite class of drag queens who can say they've won Snatch Game. I got to show the world that my drag family is truly top tier, and being so warmly received by the cartoon Drag Race fandom has been incredibly humbling and invigorating. My elimination did break me for a while, mostly because I felt like everything was against me during those last few episodes. Still, that heartbreak motivated me to put even more energy into my creations on Project Runway, and you all saw how that turned out.
I'd like to dig a bit more into your time on Project Runway, especially your controversial elimination. Since viewers never got to see what happened in the workroom, I'm dying to know. How do you feel about your run and the queens who made the finale over you?
I think it's unfortunate that so much of the behind-the-scenes content wasn't filmed, because a lot of interesting things went down in that workroom. As for who made the final 2 over me, I'm absolutely over the moon for Lizzie Hartz, and I think she deserves the world. As for Venti, well, I guess when you're besties with the Kagamine twins and have a big brand name, you can get away with presenting subpar looks and still win the whole thing.
Ooh, chew on that one, Twitter. I have one final question for you. You've clearly been a busy woman post-season, but from the sounds of it, you have no intention of stopping now. What's next for number 3?
What isn't next for me? I've got some work lined up with Leah Vanny to teach a few classes at her fashion school next season, especially now that Lola is occupied elsewhere. I also have plans to tour with my drag family, and I'm sure that the Subterra bitches are going to need an opening act as well. I don't want to give away too much. Follow me for more updates.
Before we get to our final award of the night, we're going to turn our attention to the villainess who captivated viewers all season long. She's our newly crowned Queen of Shade. It's Rita Repulsa. Rita, to say that you had an impact on this season would be an understatement and a half. You've become a fan favorite villainess across the entire fandom. At the most recent Cartoon Drag Race Awards, you placed second in the voting for International Queen of the Year and fourth for International Villain of the Year, even though we were only halfway through the season. What do you think of your run, your elimination, and your overwhelmingly positive fan reception post-season?
I loved my time on the show. I maintain that I slayed every single challenge, and that my only misstep was permitting you to wrongfully eliminate me. I shouldn't have been in the bottom for the ball, and if I'm being honest, I deserved to win the entire season.
Toph and I would have eaten you alive in that finale, Grandma. Don't hurt yourself or your ego.
As for the positive fan reception, like I said earlier, do viewers want a cookie for using their tiny monkey brains to reach the obvious conclusion? I'm an A-list drag queen. I do things that no other bitch on this planet can. You should be calling my name, following my socials, and living for every breath that I take. And if you aren't, get your head checked. The fans should adore me, and I won't praise them for making the correct decision.
Well, Rita, I fear you aren't in any danger of being called humble. You've made it clear that you didn't join this season to make friends, but I'm curious. Are you close with any of your season sisters?
No, Maximus and I have a mutual respect for one another, but I don't need to call these bitches every day. I didn't come on to Toon World looking for some bullshit support system to make me feel better about my drag. My drag isn't mediocre, and I don't need support from inferior queens. I'm Rita Repulsa, the bitch who gags you the moment I walk into a room. I knew who I was before I decided to compete, and I knew who I was after my elimination. The only difference is that now I have significantly more bookings under my belt, as well as RuPaul's attention. I joined this show entirely for myself, and I'm not sorry about it.
It sounds like you have quite a clear vision for your career. Care to share a glimpse for the viewers at home?
I plan to do what I've always done, especially in Vegas. I'm going to put my heel on the neck of the entire Cartoon Drag Race world, and I won't let any of you monsters come up for air until I feel like it. I'm here to dominate, I'm here to conquer, and soon you'll all see exactly what that means.
That was vivid, and I have to admit, I'm oddly eager to see what you have in store. This brings us to our final award of the night. Although shade may make the world go round, we've also spent the season watching our cast form some incredible bonds. But who's really the nicest of them all? You've all voted, and Toon World Season 2's miscongeniality is number 3. Congratulations, 3. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Thank you to all of my fans. Between my time on this season and getting cast on Project Runway, this past year has been an absolute whirlwind. I'm not sure I could have performed half as well without all of your kindness and support. I really try to be a good sister and friend to everyone around me, and I'm grateful that you all saw that. Much love to everyone at home.
As we move into our final act, it's time to celebrate the 3 queens who crawled through this crucible of a season and came out on top. First up, it's the villain that everyone loves to hate, the slay pony of Toon World. It's Maximus. Maximus, you left a trail of fights, drama, and absolute chaos on your way to the top 3, and you seem to revel in every bit of mess you created. We heard your reasons why in the final Untucked, but now that your elimination is behind you and you've had the chance to watch the season back, would you change anything that you did to get ahead?
Are you joking? Not in the slightest. I didn't force Ventress to sabotage anyone. She acted entirely of her own volition and chose to go along with my brilliant plans. My natural talent, affinity for manipulation, and expert planning got me into the final 3. Really, I should have made final 2, but we needed to pretend that the Make-A-Wish reject on stage actually had a shot at the crown.
As if you actually had any chance of winning, you oversized, pea-brained donkey.
Oh, I wish I could get away with letting you duke it out live. But unfortunately, the network would have my head. Maximus, have you formed any connections with your fellow queens? Or have you gone the same path as Rita and Rogue post-season?
That's a stupid question. Of course I don't voluntarily choose to talk to any of these walking wastes of space. I have far better things to accomplish in life and in my career than chasing some fake sisterhood I never wanted. I already have friends and a drag family that I can lean on for support. I don't need any connections from this show.
So, I assume your future plans don't involve any of your season sisters in the slightest?
Not at all. I have gigs lined up with Flynn and other members of my drag family, but if anyone at home is expecting a beautiful people reunion tour, then you're even dumber than you look. What I'm most looking forward to is never having to see any of these rotted pigs again.
The feeling is mutual, Maximus. I promise you that no one here ever wants to interact with you again.
And that's coming from our miscongeniality, but let's move on before things get too ugly. Next up, she's Avatar's most famous Earth diva, the lip-sync assassin of Season 2, and our esteemed runner-up. It's Toph. Toph, we watched you come alive in several of your performances this season. Beyond commanding our attention, you were dynamic, captivating, and showed significant growth during the show. What are your thoughts on your run?
Watching the season back, I felt incredibly grateful. I was forced to confront some harsh realities about my drag, face my own insecurities as a person and a performer, and quickly grow in ways that I never expected. I got to showcase my biggest strength during my lip syncs, and I made new friends that I still care about deeply. Honestly, almost everything about this show was a positive experience for me. Regardless of how it turned out, I wouldn't change a thing.
We saw a lot of drive from you as a performer this season. You lip-synced to several songs and displayed confidence and musicality every time. What inspires that?
I approach every lip sync with an earnest desire to convey what I feel when I hear the song. When my feet are on that stage, I feel connected to every aspect of my performance, and it helps me cut through all the noise and embody what feels right in the moment. I have some background in dancing, but mostly I strive to embody the emotion and energy behind a song. I like being dynamic, I like feeding off the crowd, and it all just comes together when I perform.
Last question, Toph. What's next for you? Terra's reveal about your new girl group aside, is there anything else that you'd like to share with us?
The Sub-Terra bitches are going to take up a lot of my time, as I fully intend to dive in head first. I truly believe that Terra, Julie, and I have a chance to do something special with this group, and I want to give it my all. That aside, I may have a shot at working the world in the near future, but you'll just need to stay tuned and see if I make the cut.
Thank you for everything, Toph. And now, it's finally time to turn to the Queen of the Hour. He's the runway model from another galaxy, the alien superstar of drag, and the winner of Cartoon Drag Race Toon World Season 2. Let's hear it for Deoxys.
I can honestly say I'm going to demand to be introduced like that every time I walk through a door.
Deoxys, your run this season was nothing short of iconic. You started off strong, seemed to stumble, and then came back with a vengeance, becoming one of the few queens from any Cartoon Drag Race franchise to earn 4 challenge wins. What are your thoughts on the season, and what do you think ultimately led you to the crown?
I don't think there was any single thing that led me to winning the crown. I worked hard, had a strong group of friends in the competition, especially Aku, and got a little lucky. There's no exact formula or secret sauce to winning. I faced every challenge head-on, stared down any hurdles that were thrown in my path, and did my best to overcome them. I tried my absolute hardest every week, and that's all anyone can really do.
As the newly minted Queen of Toon World, you are taking the crown from Rebecca Hawkins and continuing her reign. Rebecca's certainly stayed busy since winning Season 1. What are your plans for your reign, and do you intend to follow a similar path?
Are you asking if I intend to work hard or pack it in and sit on my couch eating bonbons? Although bonbons are delicious, I have big plans for my reign. As Quasimodo mentioned earlier, we'll be co-leading an online design course to teach new drag queens how to sew and master other essential drag skills. I also plan to go on tour with my drag children, make my presence known across other drag circuits, and who knows, maybe Leah Vanny will call me for Project Runway Season 2. As you saw, I'm excellent at winning second seasons, so maybe I'll snatch that crown too. All in all, I promise that my reign will be difficult to top.
And one final question for the night. Do you have any advice for the Season 3 queens? And what do you hope to see from Toon World's next winner?
Work hard, Make sure your dresses hit the floor, learn how to sew, invest in good eyelashes, paint a fierce mug, and don't be boring. Be weird, be extravagant, be a bitch. But above all, be an interesting bitch. No one wants a cookie-cutter, eggshell white queen whose perspective is still stuck in the kiddie pool of drag. And that's especially true for whoever wants to take this crown from me. Drag is art, so make your art a spectacle.
Thank you, Deoxys. As this chapter of Toon World comes to a close, I want to extend my deepest thanks to each and every person who took the time to watch this season. Your love, reactions, and support made this season unforgettable, and Mai and I are incredibly grateful. Now, before we close the curtains and dim the lights, I think it's only fair to give everyone who's stuck with us this far a sneak peek into the future. So sit back, relax, and give a round of applause for the queens of Cartoon Drag Race Toon World Season 3. Toon World Season 3 is coming soon, so don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. Now remember, be proud, feel free, and live your life, always.